Irresistible Lagos Street Food: The mystery behind Aunty Bisi's success. Once upon a time, in the bustling city of Lagos, there was a woman named Aunty Bisi. Aunty Bisi was famous for her delicious street food. Every morning, she would set up a stall on the busy street corner. She sold jollof rice that makes everyone's mouth water. People from all over the city came to buy Aunty Bisi's food. No one could resist the sweet, spicy aroma that filled the air. Her jollof rice was the best in Lagos. Aunty Bisi was making so much money that she could hardly count it all. She bought a big new house and dressed in the finest clothes. Everyone wondered how she could make food so delicious. One day, a young boy named Chidi, who loved mysteries, decided to find out the secret behind Aunty Bisi's tasty food. He had always noticed how people who passed by her store couldn't help but stop and buy something, even if they weren't hungry. Chidi's best friend, Amara, thought it was just because Aunty Bisi was a great cook, but Chidi had a feeling there was more to the story. Chidi and Amara planned to watch Aunty Bisi closely. They hid behind a big tree near her stall. As they watched, they saw Aunty Bisi preparing her food. She added special spices and stirred the pot while humming a strange tune. That night, when everyone was asleep, Chidi sneaked back to the store. He found some of the special spices Aunty Bisi used and took a little bit with him. The next day, Chidi went to his grandmother, Mama Ife, who was known for her knowledge of herbs and old stories. He showed her the spices and asked her what they were. Mama Ife looked at the spices closely and frowned. "These are not ordinary spices," she said. "These are magical herbs. They can make people want to eat more and more." Chidi and Amara were shocked. They couldn't believe Aunty Bisi was using magic to make people buy her food. They decided to tell everyone in the neighborhood about what they had discovered. The next morning, when Aunty Bisi opened her store, people were waiting for her, but this time they looked hungry. Chidi stood up bravely and told them about the magical herbs. At first, Aunty Bisi tried to deny it, but when Mama Ife showed the herbs to everyone, Aunty Bisi knew she was caught. She admitted that she used the herbs because she wanted to make a lot of money. The people were very disappointed. They didn't like being tricked. They told Aunty Bisi to stop using the herbs and to make her food with love and honesty, like she used to. Aunty Bisi promised to do better. She threw away the magical herbs and started cooking her food the way her mother had taught her, with care and good ingredients. The people decided to give her another chance, but they watched her carefully. Soon, Aunty Bisi's food was just as delicious as it had been before, and she was able to win back her customers with her honest cooking. Chidi and Amara were happy that they had solved the mystery and helped their neighborhood. They learned that sometimes the best way to be successful is to be honest and hardworking. Aunty Bisi kept her promise. She woke up early every morning and went to the market to buy the freshest ingredients. She worked hard to prepare her food with the same love and care as before. Slowly, the trust of the people returned. Chidi and Amara became heroes in the neighborhood. Everyone praised them for their bravery and cleverness. One day, as they were walking home from school, they noticed something strange. A new street food seller had set up a stall right next to Aunty Bisi's. The new seller was a man named Mr. Tunde, and his food smelled just as irresistible as Aunty Bisi once had. Curious, Chidi and Amara decided to investigate. They bought some of Mr. Tunde's food and noticed that the people who ate it couldn't stop smiling and seemed unusually happy. Chidi had a feeling that something wasn't right. The next day, they went to visit Mama Nkechi again. They told her about Mr. Tunde's food and how it made people feel. Mama Nkechi listened carefully and then gave them a small bottle filled with a special liquid. "This is a truth potion," she explained. "Pour a few drops into Mr. Tunde's food and you will have to tell the truth." Chidi and Amara thanked Mama Nkechi and hurried to Mr. Tunde's store. They waited until he was busy with customers, then quickly poured a few drops of the truth potion into his pot of jollof rice. Soon, Mr. Tunde began to feel strange. He started talking loudly, telling everyone how he was using the same magical herbs that Aunty Bisi had used. He admitted that he wanted to take all of Aunty Bisi's customers and make a lot of money. The crowd was shocked. They couldn't believe that someone else was trying to trick them again. They demanded that Mr. Tunde leave their neighborhood, never come back. Mr. Tunde, ashamed and embarrassed, packed up his stall and left. Aunty Bisi thanked Chidi and Amara for helping her once again. She promised to always cook her food honestly and never use any tricks. But Chidi and Amara knew that their work wasn't done. They had to keep eyes open for any more tricks or secrets in their neighborhood. They became known as the guardians of the streets, always ready to help and protect their friends and family. One evening, as the sun set over Lagos, Chidi and Amara sat under the big tree where their adventure had started. They talked about all the things they had learned and how they would always stand up for what was right. Just then, they noticed a shadowy figure lurking near another food store at the end of the street. Chidi and Amara exchanged a determined glance. They knew their next adventure was about to begin. Chidi and Amara watched the shadowy figure carefully. They couldn't see who it was, but they knew they had to find out. The next morning, they decided to investigate. They approached the new food store and met a woman named Madame Ife. She greeted them with a warm smile and offered them a taste of her akara. Chidi and Amara took the akara and noticed the same irresistible smell as before. They exchanged worried glances. Could Madame Ife be using the same magical herbs? Determined to find out, they decided to follow her. That night, they hid near Madame Ife's house and saw her sneaking out with a bag of strange-looking herbs. Chidi and Amara followed her to a small hut on the edge of the city, where an old man was waiting. The old man was a herbalist who sold magical herbs to people who wanted to cheat. Chidi and Amara listened carefully as Madame Ife bought more herbs and promised to pay the herbalist a lot of money once she took all of Aunty Bisi's customers. The next morning, Chidi and Amara went straight to Mama Nkechi and told her everything. Mama Nkechi nodded thoughtfully. "We need to put a stop to this once and for all," she said. Together, they came up with a plan. Mama Nkechi prepared a special powder that will reveal the truth about the magical herbs. Chidi and Amara sprinkled the powder on Madame Ife's food when she wasn't looking. When people started eating the food, the powder made the herbs glow brightly. Everyone could see that Madame Ife was using magic to trick them. The crowd became angry and demanded that she leave their neighborhood. Madame Ife, realizing she had been caught, quickly packed up her store and disappeared. Aunty Bisi was relieved and grateful to Chidi, Amara, and Mama Nkechi. She thanked them for protecting the neighborhood from dishonest people. From that day on, Aunty Bisi's food store became even more popular, not just because of the delicious food, but because everyone knew it was made with honesty and love. Chidi and Amara learned a valuable lesson. They realized that being honest and hardworking was the best way to earn respect and success. They also understood the importance of standing up against dishonesty and helping their community. The moral of the story is that true success comes from honesty, hard work, and doing the right thing. Cheating and dishonesty might bring quick rewards, but they never last. It's important to be truthful and kind and to always stand up for what is right. And also, Chidi and Amara continue to be guardians of their neighborhood, always ready to help protect their friends and family. Their adventures might have ended, but the lesson they learned would stay with them forever.
Subscribe to my channel.